The first time I really trusted the Garand wasn't on a firing range. It was in a hedgerow. We came up to one of those earthen walls, thick roots, packed dirt. You couldn't see over it. You had to go through it. The man in front pushed through first. A German rifle cracked from maybe 10 feet away. I didn't think, I just fired. Once, then again, as fast as I could pull the trigger. No bolt to work, no pause. When it was over, my rifle was empty and my hands were shaking. That's when I realized the Garand's real test wasn't in open fields. It was here, in the hedgerows of Normandy, the Bocage. Every field was boxed in by walls of earth and roots. You moved blind. The enemy could be right there, and you'd never know. That's where this rifle had to prove itself. Most of us carried the Garand loaded with 8 rounds in an en-bloc clip, semi-automatic. Every pull of the trigger sent another round downrange. Against German bolt-action rifles, that mattered. In hedgerow fighting, you just kept squeezing the trigger. And because that speed mattered, what you carried mattered too. Standard issue was around 80 rounds, about 10 clips, usually carried high across the chest. And in the middle of a hedgerow fight, every one of those rounds mattered. Some men pushed 90. Some even carried 100 if they could manage it. You weren't limited by regulation. You were limited by what your body could force through that maze. Each loaded clip weighed close to half a pound. 80 rounds added up fast. The Garand itself weighed just under 10 pounds unloaded. By the time you added ammunition alone, the rifle felt heavy. You noticed it with every step. But that weight mattered. It helped keep the rifle steady when you fired, and it absorbed recoil shot after shot. The Garand had bite. It kicked hard. After a long day, you felt it in your shoulder. That recoil, that sound, told you the rifle was working every time you pressed the trigger. The Garand was reliable. Mud, rain, hedgerow dirt. The Garand kept firing. Bang it up on a jump, drop it in a ditch. It still worked. And here's the part people don't talk about enough. What the Garand did to the other side. German infantry were trained around bolt-action fire, deliberate shots, controlled pacing. That training didn't hold up in a hedgerow. When Garands opened up in the hedgerows, what they heard wasn't chaos. It was rhythm. Bang, bang, bang. No pause. Effectively pinning the enemy down. Even when the rounds didn't hit, the pressure did. In the Bocage, blind, close, disorienting. The Garand wasn't just a rifle. It was momentum. It was pressure on the enemy. It was the confidence that you wouldn't have to stop at the worst possible moment.